Breaking news, y'all. Kobe Bryant wife is pregnant by Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics.
People don't know this, but one of the reasons my husband played through injuries and pain was because he said he remembered being a little kid, sitting in the nosebleeds with his dad to watch his favorite player play.
Pam Bryant is heated at Vanessa. At least that's the word on the street. Rumors say Pam is sick of hearing fans whisper that it's all about Vanessa and her alleged link to Celtics star Jaylen Brown. And let's not forget those wild pregnancy whispers. The so-called receipts, some late-night pics of Jaylen with his arm wrapped around Vanessa, looking way too cozy to be just friends. But here's the twist. Nobody even knows where those pics came from. Fans are already calling out the warped hands, sketchy shadows, and those AI-looking edges that make the whole thing feel fake. Still, social media is eating it up, spreading TikToks and Facebook posts like wildfire. Folks swear it's the latest drama in Pam and Vanessa's never-ending feud, with the pregnancy chatter just pouring gasoline on the fire. And don't forget, Vanessa already clapped back this summer with that Rihanna meme, laughing off the rumors saying she wasn't pregnant and was just living her best life. Yet somehow the gossip only got louder, and Pam's name is right back in the center of the storm. So is Pam really calling Vanessa out this time? Or is the internet just remixing old family beef into a brand new headline? In case you missed it, the internet swears Vanessa and Jaylen got caught slipping. The story blowing up right now claims they were spotted outside a private LA dinner, Jaylen sliding his arm around her waist while Vanessa leaned in close. And from that one moment, fans jumped straight to they're dating and she's pregnant. Those so-called photos spread like wildfire. By the next morning, collages were everywhere, bouncing from Facebook groups to TikTok edits and X threads. People were zooming in.
Vanessa Bryant is not pregnant, but instead of the boring denial posts, she hit you with the Rihanna meme, lounging in the ocean, drink in hand, and middle finger up. Iconic. But let's get to the problem here. Why do y'all feel so entitled to a widow's uterus? Why do people think women moving on is betrayal? She lost her husband and her daughter in one of the most tragic stories of our generations, and y'all want to make up rumors because she put on a baggy hoodie?
Slowing them down and captioning them like they were rock-solid proof. Reaction shows and podcasts were already breaking it down, like the tea was confirmed fact. But here's the kicker. Not a single legit outlet touched the pics. Vanessa didn't post them. Jaylen didn't post them. No paparazzi claimed them. Nothing. And if those were real shots, come on. Agencies would have cashed in selling them for big money. Fans quickly clocked the weird details too. Warped fingers, sketchy shadows, bent outlines, all the classic AI slip-ups. Basically, those receipts were shaky from the start. Still, the rumor ran wild, racking up millions of views, and the internet acted like the story was locked in no matter how fake it looked. And here's the...
Now you can't tell me Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics, the little short dude, point guard, big ass contract. And you can't tell me, you cannot tell me, Kobe is not turning in his grave right now, that you went and got pregnant by a Boston Celtics. He hates the Boston Celtics. That's our ultimate rival. You telling me you pregnant by Jaylen Brown? How old is Jaylen Brown? Ain't he like 22? 23? And you hitting Kobe wife? Oh my God.
The wildest part. Vanessa already shut this rumor down weeks ago. Back in June, she hopped on Instagram stories and dropped 2 Rihanna memes that said it all. The first one, Rihanna floating in the water with a drink in hand, flipping the middle finger with the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, having fun all summer." That was Vanessa's way of saying, stop.
Kobe's mother and father just sold his NBA championship ring. They just sold it. Why? Because they need capital to live. They're elders. They need some money. Vanessa Bryant ain't giving them a dime. Kobe Bryant left her almost $1 billion, and you mean to tell me that you don't have enough decency, enough respect to float Kobe Bryant's mother and father $1 million? Even if it's one time, Art. Even if it's one time. I don't really like y'all. I don't really mess with y'all. Y'all son told me not to be bothered with y'all. But because you are his parents, because he would have never existed without you.
The noise. I'm good. Then she doubled down with another meme. I'm not mean. I'm just not the one. That wasn't just funny. It was straight up shade. A reminder she doesn't owe anybody an explanation for how she lives. One fan even said the Rihanna meme wasn't your typical leave me alone post. It was a full-blown clapback on its own. That Rihanna meme was a full clapback all on its own. Vanessa already shut down these whispers 2 months ago, and she's not the type to sit quiet while rumors spiral. Her response wasn't some subtle hint. It was a straight-up dismissal. The fact that the same story is trending again just shows how desperate social media is to recycle old drama into something new. But here's where Jaylen Brown gets dragged in. Because the real question is, if Vanessa already killed the pregnancy talk, why does his name keep popping up? But let's keep it real. The only reason Jaylen's name is glued to Vanessa right now is because fans won't let it die. The whispers started the second those late-night dinner pics dropped. His arm around her waist, her leaning in, and people swore it looked way too cozy to be innocent. From there, the chatter snowballed like crazy. Fans keep pointing out that Jaylen has always praised Kobe, even calling his career a product of the Mamba mentality. That connection alone made people think it was juicy. Like, of course, Vanessa would be linked to a player carrying Kobe's legacy. And then came the age gap angle. Vanessa at 43, Jaylen at 28. TikTok instantly labeled them a power couple. One viral clip even pointed out the irony. Kobe spent years
Great pitch, Bianca. And let's hear once again for Bianca and the rest of the Bryant family.
battling the Celtics, and now his widow is being linked to one of their biggest stars. And this is exactly where Pam Bryant's name got dragged back into the mess. Fans already know her rocky history with Vanessa, and they're convinced she'd never approve of this rumored fling with Jaylen Brown. Let's not forget, Pam and Vanessa never had that picture-perfect in-law bond. From skipping the wedding to that ugly memorabilia lawsuit and all those little shady headlines over the years, the tension has always been bubbling. That even when Kobe and Gianna passed and Pam showed up at the memorial, nobody believed that meant things were magically fixed. So now, when the internet sees Vanessa linked to Jaylen, they don't even need Pam to speak. The assumption is automatic. Of course she wouldn't approve. Fans are pulling from years of receipts, the auction fights, the strained public appearances, and even Kobe's own issues with his parents, and twisting it into a storyline that Pam must be shading Vanessa again. Here's the wild part. Pam hasn't said a single word. Not one. But because this family feud has been played out in public for so long, the internet just fills in the blanks for her. That's why this rumor caught fire so fast. It's not really about the photos. It's about the
article around 2019 or so that Kobe was doing the same thing. Before he passed, you know, I read that he had partnered with like the CEO of Uber or whatnot, and he wanted to give athletes better percentages and better deals and allow them to be able to invest into the company as it grows. And I thought this was unique. You know, I remember like seeing this, and they had a picture of the shoe as well. And I remember like, man, how cool would it be if I could be one of those athletes? And I never got to meet Kobe, you know, and he passed. Never got to shake his hand. Never got to build with him. But, you know, some of the stuff that's left behind, I like to walk in, because I think Kobe was one of the reasons I picked up a basketball in the first place.
History. People are already convinced Pam would side-eye Vanessa no matter what, and the Jaylen pregnancy whispers just gave them another excuse to run with it. And fans aren't stopping there. They're now speculating on why Pam would allegedly come for Vanessa. The timing is what has everyone buzzing. Vanessa being linked to Jaylen doesn't just look like moving on, it looks like moving on loudly. And for fans who believe Pam never truly accepted her, that's all the ammo they need. Internet has basically crowned Pam the villain of this whole saga, and she hasn't even said a word. Fans are spinning it like, if she had a problem with Vanessa marrying Kobe, imagine how she feels about her getting pregnant by a guy 50.
No sé, nada más estábamos sentadas un día, Natalia, Vanessa y yo, y mi baby Natalia no podía estar en donde vivían antes porque cada que bajaba para abajo se le afiguraba ver a su padre y a mi Gigi sentados en el sofá como siempre. Entonces mi hija dijo, ¿cuál casa vendemos? Dijo, ok, grandma, la de grandma se va a vender. Y fue cuando ahí ella dijo,
15 years younger. It's the same old storyline being recycled, only now it's tied to a Celtics star and a supposed baby. The wildest part? Pam doesn't even need to speak. The family history alone gives people enough ammo to assume her reaction. It's like social media is ghostwriting Pam's opinion just to make the rumor sound juicier. And that's why this whole thing feels stickier than the rest. People don't just believe Pam would slam Vanessa, they're practically waiting for it. Meanwhile, while the internet is busy scripting Pam's side, Vanessa's out here actually living her life, and it looks nothing like the rumor mill is painting. She's been everywhere this year, celebrating Natalia's USC graduation, taking family trips to Disneyland, even showing up at Dodgers games to cheer on Clayton Kershaw. And it's not just family vibes either. She's been pushing projects that keep Kobe and Gianna's legacy alive. Earlier this year, she announced her new book, Mamba, and Mamba Cheetah Forever, spotlighting murals around the world that honor them. The louder the gossip gets, the more she doubles down on family and foundation work. But here's the kicker. While Vanessa keeps it classy, Jaylen Brown's name just won't leave the headlines. And the way fans are framing him now, this isn't just messy dating speculation anymore. His reality is playing out in a totally different lane. Jaylen's locked into the NBA grind, training, games, and holding down his spot as one of the Celtics' biggest stars. That's his whole world right now. But because Vanessa's name won't stop trending, fans refuse to let him off the hook. Every time she makes a headline, his name gets dragged right back in, proof or no proof. Those late-night dinner pics were just the spark. The real obsession comes from Jaylen's connection to Kobe. He's always praised Kobe, studied his mindset, and worn the Mamba mentality like a badge. And in fans' eyes, that's enough to spin wild theories linking him and Vanessa together. Clips of Jaylen honoring Kobe are constantly resurfacing, and every time they do, the internet jumps straight back into the rumor mill. But here's the truth. Jaylen hasn't posted a single thing about Vanessa, not one hint. And let's be real, if something was happening, it'd be impossible to hide when you're one of the most photographed players in the league. So after all the noise about Pam supposedly slamming Vanessa over Jaylen, fans are saying Vanessa's already clapped back in her own way. And when you look at the timing, it adds up. People don't think Pam's rumored issue is just about Jaylen. They're spinning it deeper, saying she feels Vanessa is burning through Kobe's money and living a lifestyle Kobe himself would have never allowed. And honestly, that angle doesn't shock anyone, because let's not forget, Vanessa's own family ties are messy too. She's not even on good terms with her mom, Sophia, after that public fallout where Sophia accused her of kicking her out and cutting off support after Kobe passed. Vanessa's reputation has always been that she doesn't bend, doesn't apologize, and never backs down, even if it means clashing with her own blood. And that's where things get messy. Right now, it's all just blurry photos, recycled family drama, and fans putting words in Pam's mouth. But here's the scary part. If Pam actually speaks out, it could flip this whole story upside down. For now, Pam's silent, Jaylen's silent, and Vanessa's just posting shady memes. But the second even one of them breaks that silence, this won't just be gossip anymore. It'll be headline-dominating family drama. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.